Have you ever doodled shapes and tables after reading an article or a textbook chapter? And then on the shapes you drew, you wrote words or phrases, and you used some arrows or lines to connect them and show how they're related to one another. And after doing all of these, it felt like you have a better understanding of what you're reading. Let me tell you, you just harnessed the power of graphic organizers. These are visual and graphic displays that organize ideas and demonstrate relationships between different information and concepts. They are designed to improve learning outcomes for students, review information, and are especially helpful to students who struggle with arranging information. Our brains can digest information much easier when they are presented visually than when they are presented as plain text. I am going to introduce you to 5 common graphic organizers because in reality, there are plenty of them. Which is a good thing since we won't run out of graphic organizers that will best serve our reading or writing purpose. The first on the list is a concept map. A concept map lets you visually represent ideas about the subject and connect them with linking words to illustrate the relationships between them. These diagrams don't have to be complicated, as you can include as many or as few concepts as you'd like. To better understand what concept map is, I think I need to debunk this myth. Concept map is not the same as mind map, so we usually interchange the two, but they are not the same. In terms of structure, a concept map has a top-down hierarchical structure, while the mind map has a radial structure. In our sample of a concept map, it started with trees. This is the parent topic. And then this is further branched out into 2 key topics, oxygen and wood. And then each key topic is further branched out into subtopics. So this is the top-down hierarchical structure. Meanwhile, for the sample on mind map, we have here a central topic making a presentation written within a big circle. And this is a radial structure because the subtopics branched out from different directions around the central topic. In terms of branching out information, a concept map may have multiple key topics that are branched out separately, but also interconnected with other topics through action verbs embedded in the arrows or nodes. In this sample concept map, we have here the parent topic branched out into 2 key topics, oxygen and wood. And the relationship is clarified by the word give. So we're going to read it this way. Trees give oxygen and wood. We can see the same thing happening as the concept map moves down. Oxygen is important to animals, plants, and humans. On the other side, we have here wood is used to make furniture, houses, paper. On the other hand, a mind map may explore one central topic that expands in a few subtopics that are also branched out separately but not interconnected. The relationship among these topics are not described with the action words or linking words. You can't see anything here that clarifies to us what's the relationship among these things. In terms of purpose, mind map is for brainstorming and idea exploration, but concept map is used for virtually organizing information and problem solving. Flowcharts can be used in almost any situation. They can offer a glance at the process or a helpful guide to making a series of related decisions. You can see in this flowchart how a parent is shown a sequence of steps on dropping off a child to children's ministry. The yes and no part is a great tool for informing parents on what to do if their child is new or not to the children's ministry. The next one is the Venn diagram. Venn diagrams are a fine way of comparing more than one concepts and finding the common ground between two ideas. I have here a Venn diagram comparing and contrasting Miss Rumphius and Johnny Appleseed. The outer circle suggests the differences, while the inner circle, made by the two overlapping circles, suggests the similarities between the two. A cause and effect diagram, also known as a fishbone diagram, shows the many possible causes of a problem. When using the fishbone diagram, you need to write the effect on the head and the causes on the skeleton. The last on our list is the plot organizer or plot diagram. A plot diagram is a tool that is commonly used to organize a story into certain. I have another video that gives detailed explanation on how to identify each part of the plot using a plot diagram. Now let's summarize. Graphic organizer, remember this, is a visual representation of ideas and relationships. Concept map shows how complex concepts are related to each other, and it's a good thing to remember that concept map uses the top-down hierarchical structure, and it clarifies relationships among the topics by using linking words or action words. And then aside from that, actually there can be crossover among the topics to explain how they're interconnected. And then concept map is used for problem solving and for visualizing knowledge or information. Flowchart or sequence chart shows steps, sequence, or process. Venn diagram shows similarities and differences. Cause and effect diagram shows cause and effect. Plot diagram shows the plot structure. So what's the next portion? It's a pop quiz. Stay calm, you're going to get this right. I'm going to show you excerpts of plain text, and you need to choose which graphic organizer best represents the text in a visual way. Ready? Let's start. What graphic organizer is the best visual representation of the excerpt below? Concept map, Venn diagram, flowchart, cause and effect diagram, or plot diagram? According to Dr. Brent Conrad, Facebook fulfills our social needs in the digital world. Another feature of Facebook that induces addiction is that it quantifies friends. Facebook will tell you how many friends you already have in a specific period. One may think that the more friends you have, the more popular you are. Facebook has also combined features of gaming and socializing. These games tend to focus on online social interactions. Finally, Facebook is a boredom buster. If you have nothing to do, Facebook allows you to check other people's status, to chat with friends, to post your favorite quotes and lines. Let's do the elimination method. Are we trying to show relationships of complex topics? Doesn't seem so. Are we trying to compare and contrast two or more concepts? It doesn't seem so in this paragraph. Flowchart. Is this showing step or process? It doesn't seem so. And plot diagram? No, this one is definitely not a fictional work. Therefore, the best answer would be cause and effect diagram. We can see here that the effect is addiction, Facebook addiction. And what are the causes of Facebook addiction? It fulfills social needs in the digital world, and that it quantifies friends. And then the features of gaming and socializing, and then it's a boredom buster. So all these causes contribute to this effect of Facebook addiction. Now you got a little help from me for the next item. I am going to give you time to think. And I guess it's best to use elimination method. What graphic organizer is the best visual representation of the excerpt below? Concept map, Venn diagram, flowchart, cause and effect diagram, or plot diagram? Earthquake can be classified into three main types based on the plate movement. The first type is known as a convergent boundary, also known as destructive plate boundary. This type of earthquake happens when two tectonic plates move toward one another and collide. The second type of earthquake is called a divergent boundary. During this type of earthquake, two plates are forced to move away from each other, resulting in a rift zone. The last type is called the conservative plate boundary or transform fault. During this type of earthquake, two tectonic plates slide past one another. If your answer is concept map, you're absolutely right. Perhaps you visualize it this way, that can draw something a rectangle here and then write earthquake, and then branch out it into three. And you can write here a linking word like classified as. Then you have here convergent boundary, then divergent boundary, and transform fault. What graphic organizer is the best visual representation of the excerpt below? What graphic organizer is the best visual representation of the excerpt below? To protect your computer from being attacked by a virus, you need to install a reliable antivirus software. To do this, first click the Install Now button. After you click this button, wait for the required files to be downloaded completely. Wait for the Welcome to the Install Shield wizard window to open. Then, click the Next button and accept the license agreement, and click the Next button. Continue to click the Next button until you see the Install button. Once it appears, click the Install button and wait for a few minutes as the installation is completed. Once the technical support information appears, read it and then click the Next button. Click the Finish button. The installation is complete. If you answered flowchart, because this paragraph shows us the steps how to protect computer from virus attack, then you are absolutely correct. What graphic organizer is the best visual representation of the excerpt below? Discriminating parents always have to make the difficult task of choosing between a public and private school for their children. These two schools share the same goal of educating students and developing them holistically. Aside from this, they are open for anyone who wishes to apply for admission. There is no remarkable difference as well in terms of the academic performance of students. However, public and private schools vary in some ways. While public schools are funded by the government, private schools get their funding from tuition, endowments, and donations of private corporations. The class size is different as well, since public schools generally have a larger number of students per room. In private schools, it is the school board that decides, while in public schools, it is the government education agency. Choosing between private and public schools is a challenging task, but what parents should really consider is the performance of an individual school and not its category. If you answered Venn diagram, then you are absolutely correct again. Maybe you visualize that you drew two overlapping circles. You have your public school and then private school. Their similarities are that they have the same goal of educating students and developing them holistically, and they're open for anyone who wishes to apply for admission. Then for private school, or let's start first with public schools. Public schools are funded by the government. It's the difference. And then it has a larger class size. And then decisions are made by the government education agency. While in the private school, the differences are the funding is from tuition, endowments, and donations of private corporations. And then presumably the class size is smaller. And then next, have here the school board that decides matters for the private schools. Though we usually use graphic organizers to visually represent ideas from a plain text, we can actually use graphic organizers to help us write a text. For instance, you may start with a plot organizer before you write a literary analysis essay. Or you may use a cause and effect diagram before you write a cause and effect essay. Or you may use a Venn diagram before you write a comparison and contrast essay. Thank you for hanging out with me. And before I end this video lecture, I want to share this to you. If you want to become wise, you must begin by respecting the Lord. To know the Holy One is to gain understanding. That's from Proverbs chapter 9, verse 10. I'm Laramie S.C. Bardon. I'm a licensed teacher. I teach 10th grade English at Camarines Sur National High School, Naga City, Philippines.